I would imagine other things during your day just can jack up your cortisol. Somebody cutting you off in traffic
Yep.
and having a over response to a situation or an email. I mean, it sounds like we kind of need to run constant vigilance
You do.
over
That's why I say
cortisol.
it's a mindset shift.
Hmm.
Some of the things that I give people for those things, frequently it's the email. It's the email or the text message, which is why I encourage people on the days when they can to do like a 9 o'clock, a noon, and a 5 o'clock email check, not just be constantly checking it throughout the day because those emails coming in will go like this all the time.
Yep.
And it's also why one of the things that I dive deep into when I'm keynote speaking and with clients is a true Sabbath day, not in the Jewish practice necessarily, but a complete day of rest where you put the phone away. There is no emails. There is none of that. The only
Hmm.
thing, and there's no shopping. There's no online shopping. There's no going to the grocery store. The only thing you're consuming is good food and each other, because that allows you to really get into parasympathetic and gives your
Does.
cortisol a break. But instantaneous, I want to bring down that fight or flight because I just got a bad email. Box breathing does it, which is the inhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. But my favorite one
Hmm.
is face in ice water. So you get like a salad bowl, you fill it with ice and water, you put your face in it for 15 to 30 seconds. And what that's doing is that's turning on your mammalian dive response. It
Okay.
instantly brings down your heart rate. It's not okay if you're somebody who has heart problems, so please understand that.
Right. Hmm.
But for most of us, it's perfectly fine. And it can almost instantaneously cut off that fight or flight and help you come back down. Now, if you have a whole makeup thing going on, I understand it's a
Right. So
problem,
do
but
the box breathing because that works as well, I'm
yeah,
assuming, but maybe not as fast
exactly.
as the cold plunge of your face. That
Yeah.
is fascinating. Okay. Yeah. So there's tools.
There's
There's
tools.
tools.
You
Wow.
have to be willing to do the work
But you
though.
have to be willing to do the work. And that is what I've seen in my practice as well. Not with my male clients, but with my female clients is for whatever reason, we do feel like home and hearth really depends on us. And
And
that's a tough one.
we even unconsciously or subconsciously hold stress as a badge of honor. I'm stressed out. I am, oh my goodness, the kids, somebody asks you, how are you doing? And if the answer isn't, oh, fine, then the answer is, I'm good, but we're just so busy, the kids are in this and that. And, I'm taking care of my mom and if I could just get through, fourth quarter at work and I just feel, we got to,
Yeah.
even if it's good, like we got a new puppy, the puppy's great, but oh my goodness, we're crate training. And then we're trying to, get the puppy to sleep. And then we always add on the things that are stressing us out. We never just say, I'm feeling really relaxed.
We don't ever say that. Because maybe if we do, people are going to roll their eyes and say, well, good for you, honey.
Exactly. Because we hold it as a badge of honor. And
We
so it's a
do.
mindset change in our culture
Hmm.
that stress is not something to be proud of.
Okay, that is so interesting. Yeah, I've never had anybody say, "Oh yeah, I'm so good. I'm chill. I'm relaxed. Life is good. Kids are." No, we always, yeah, I'm fine. Blah. Here's what's
But
going on, or we just do the "I'm fine," which means
yeah,
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
It means absolutely nothing. It's not a way to connect with anybody. Do you think that we're just addicted to busy?
Absolutely. I think that we hold stress as a badge of honor, which is being addicted to busy. And I
Hmm.
think that we hold lack of sleep as a badge of honor too.
I think so too.
That's
Yeah.
one that's very similar is that, oh, I'm just so exhausted. I didn't get any sleep. When you think about it, that venti coffee was not created for a farmer in Greece. It was created for a stressed out mom or somebody working
Right.
60 hours a week. And we carry those things around
Yeah.
as like, oh, well, it's fine. I'm doing great. I'm just going to power through.
Or I'll sleep when I'm dead. That's another one. I just
No.
think, stop with that,
Mm-hmm.
please. That's a
Yeah.
terrible thing to say.
It's making you fast forward through a very unsatisfying life and
Hmm.
stealing your life, your
Yeah,
joy out of your life.
it does. And then
Hmm.
I see it being contagious to your family.
Absolutely.
And speaking of family and that kind of contagious factor of stress, how do we know if our kids are handling stress well?
I think it starts with just like you said, we have to mirror it. We have to
Mm,
make sure. I think as a society, we've done a really, really good job in the last 3 or 4 decades of making sure that we're very honest and careful around body image and not
mhm.
talking about fat or thin, but talking about healthy. I think the next step for our culture is to have those types of parameters around stress and sleep, and not seeing mom and dad work, because you do hear that. You hear people say, my parents were the best, they worked day and night, they had 7 jobs just to support it. Yes, they might have been doing what needed to be done to provide for a family, but that shouldn't be considered, that lack of sleep and that stress, as something that
Yeah.
means you're a good parent. And that really goes back to courage and faith. I always tell people you can't do any of the 20 plus different ways that I have to help you reduce stress if you don't have courage. And you really can't have courage if you don't have faith. And
Mm,
what that means is that person who feels like, well, there's no way I can do any of these things and I can let go of all of this stress because I've got a family to provide for, I've got this, and I've just got to work my butt off and do that. You have to be able to have the courage and the faith to let it go and know that God will make it okay for you.
mhm.
He may not give you it in the manner that you want. He may not provide in the monetary way that you think, but he will give you a peace that surpasses all understanding, no matter what situation he put you in. We learned that when we were missionaries. We had no paycheck. We lived in next to nothing. There was no Amazon. There was no shopping. We were, and my family, my kids, we were the happiest we have ever been.
Really?
And I would have never thought, because we're in
Mhm.
this place in mainline Pennsylvania where it's all about, your pool and how big your house it is and private schools. And, my kids only worry about things like, are they going to get the next iPhone and highlights in their hair? That's not what we're taught in the US. You have to keep performing and producing and rushing and in order to thrive and be happy.
Right.
And you don't.